My name is Faith Man.
And I'm Hope Man.
And we're here to tell you some Bible stories. Today we're going to tell you about a young champion named Joseph, and how when he was little, he had a dream. And his dream was that all his big brothers were going to bow down to him. And so one day he told his brothers about his dream, and they got real mad and they got jealous, and they were going to kill him. And one day when he went to go see them and to see how his big brothers were taking care of the sheep, they grabbed Joseph and they threw him in a pit. It was a deep well with no water in it. And Joseph was in there screaming, "Hey guys, let me out of there." But they kept him in there because they had plans to kill him. But during that day, some traders came by that were going to Egypt. And they saw a chance to sell their little brother to the traders as a slave. Go boo! But they grabbed their little brother anyway, and they sold him to these traders as a slave. And these traders brought him all the way to Egypt, far, far away from his hometown. And there they sold it to a man named Potiphar. And Potiphar, he was an officer of the king. And he was a wealthy, wealthy man. And when he bought Joseph, he liked Joseph so much because Joseph was full of faith. Say, faith! Faith! And he was full of hope. Hope! And he knew that this man was special. So he took Joseph and he put him in charge of his whole house. This man didn't have to worry about nothing because Joseph was in charge of everything. But one day, Potiphar's wife lied about Joseph. And Joseph was thrown in prison because of that. Say, boo! That's mean! But you know what? While Joseph was in prison, he didn't give up hope. And he didn't give up faith. And because of that, he had favor with the captain of the prison. And the captain of the prison put Joseph in charge again of all the things in prison. And then one day, these two men were thrown in prison with Joseph. One was a baker and one was a wine holder. And they had dreams one night. And they were really confused in the morning, and they were really worried about their dreams. So they came up to Joseph and they said, "We heard that you have faith, and we want to know if you can tell us about our dreams." And so Joseph thought for a little bit, and then he told them what their dreams meant. And he told the baker that in a few days he was going to get released, and then he would die. But then he told the wine holder in a few days he would be released from prison. He would live. So a few days later, exactly what Joseph said happened. And the thing that he told them that they forgot before they left prison, he said, "Now when you get out of prison, make sure you tell the king that I'm in here." And so when the baker and the wine holder got out of prison, they forgot to tell the king about Joseph in prison. And so just like Joseph said, the baker died, but the wine holder was serving the king. And one night, the king had a dream. And you know, the king was afraid and he was confused about his dream. And he asked everybody all over the land if they would tell him what his dream meant. But nobody could tell the king what his dream was all about. How many of y'all have had dreams in here before? Have you ever been confused about your dream? Has your dream ever made you scared? Well, the king was afraid too, and he was confused. He didn't understand his dream. And so this wine holder remembered that Joseph told him what his dream meant. So he told the king, "King, there's a man in prison named Joseph, and he can tell you about your dream." So the king called Joseph, and Joseph told the king what his dream meant. And the king got so happy that he put Joseph in charge of all the kingdom. He was second in command. Go, yay! So you see, Joseph went from the pit to prison to the palace. You know why? Because he didn't give up faith, and he always kept hope. And because of that, a few years later, his brothers wind up coming to see him, and he wind up forgiving his brothers, and he wind up having his brothers and his dad come live with him in Egypt, and they lived a happy life. Okay, go, yay! That's what happens when you never give up hope and you never give up faith. So remember, young champions, never give up what? Faith. And never give up hope. All right, until next time, we're going to go tell other stories to other young champions. Bye-bye.